Welcome to B2Net Code channel. Guys, in this quick video, let's have a look and study the different kinds of network types in OSPF, right? So here in this network, we have created one serial interface, and serial interface is normally called a point-to-point interface, and it does not elect a DR and a BDR, right? Whereas towards right hand side we have fast Ethernet connection that is considered as a broadcast network type, and that needs a DR and BDR election. So let's start the routers quickly and see the demonstration of this network types. Let me take the this console session of R1. This one is R2 and now R3. So IP addresses are not configured, so let me configure the IP addresses also very quickly. Config T interface serial 1/0 IP address 12.1.1.1 255.255.255.0 no shut do right. Let's go to R2. Config T interface serial 1/0 IP address 12.1.1.2 255.255.255.0 no shut interface fast 0/0 toward this is toward this hand side f/0/0 and network is 23.1.1 and IP address will be 23.1.1.2 255.255.255.0 no shut to show IP int brief exclude unassigned. Okay, IP addresses are configured, do right. Now let's go to R3 also and interface f/0/0 IP address. Here we have IP address as 23.1.1.3 23.1.1.3 255.255.255.0 no shut to right to show IP int brief exclude unassigned. Okay, so IP addressing is configured. Now let's enable routers. So in today's video what we'll do, we'll configure OSPF on interface mode, right? Earlier we used to enable OSPF with the help of network command, but we can also enable OSPF in interface command. So router OSPF 1 interface S1/0 IP OSPF, right? So here we can configure OSPF. The process that we ran is 1. Okay, IP OSPF 1 area, right? We are running area 1 in serial 1/0 interface. Let me put it here, area 1. This is area 0. Okay, so we are putting this interface serial 1/0 in area 1, right? And let's do the same on R2 also. Router OSPF 2 interface serial 1/0 IP OSPF process ID 1. No, process ID was 2 here. Yeah, we are using process ID 2, right? So this command, by running this command we start the OSPF process, right? So after enabling OSPF process on router 2, now we have gone into interface sub command mode. So in interface sub command mode, now we are enabling OSPF on this specific interface, OSPF area, and this interface we want in area 1. Okay, and now we are going into interface f/0/0, and here we are enabling OSPF to in area 0, right? And here we got the message that loading done with R1. So and show IP OSPF neighbor show IP protocol. Here we see that we do not see any thing in state, right? Here the state is full, but earlier we used to see dr bdr here. Here the nothing is mentioned. Why? Because this is a serial interface, and serial interfaces are considered as point to point interfaces, and they do not need dr or bdr election. Okay, so if we will configure, let's do IP ospf neighbor here also. Right here we can see that with 12.1.1, that is with r1, no dr bdr election has happened, whereas neighborship is created. Now let's enable ospf on r3 also. Exit router ospf 3. Let's go into interface mode, and this interface is f0/0 IP ospf 3 area. This area we want to keep in area 0, and enter. Okay, now we got the message on R2 that neighborship full loading done, or R3 also. Now and show IP ospf neighbor. Now we see that towards this hand side, dr bdr election has happened, because this is a ethernet network. This is a ethernet network type. We'll see how we can change this also if we want. So show IP ospf protocols. Let's see here, this is a area border router, because it is connecting, R2 is connecting area 1 and area 0, and any router is that is connecting any area to any area 0, that is called area border router, right? And then nothing important here. And let me go to show IP protocols. Here we see, here we are getting message that routing on an interface is configured explicitly, because we have enabled ospf by going into interface sub command mode. That's why here it is telling us that routing on interface has been configured explicitly in area 1. Okay, the interfaces on which routing is configured is serial 1/0. Okay, this is the default AD value for OSPF, that is 110. Process running is OSPF 1. Show IP OSPF interface serial 1/0. Let's see what information we have in this command. Here we see that process ID, OSPF process ID is 1, internet address is this area 1, router ID, because we did not give a router ID explicitly, so it has picked the physical interface router ID, right? We did not configure a loopback IP address also, nor we configured router ID, so it has taken highest physical IP address, that is 12.1.1 on R1 as a router ID. And network type here we see as point to point, and point to point, and cost of point to point interface is 6 by default. And this is the transmit delay 1 second, timer intervals, hello and dead timers on OSPF by default 10 and 40, 4 times of hello interval. Okay, and nothing more important here, enabled by interface configuration mode, right? And let's use same command on R2 also. Here also we see that network type is point to point, and cost is 64. Now let's compare this f0/0. Let's compare this command with fast ethernet. See, on serial we see the message as a network type point to point, cost 64, right? The difference will be here. If we give show IP interface f0/0, the difference will be here. Network type is broadcast because fast Ethernet is a considered as a broadcast kind of network. So cost is 10 for fast Ethernet and cost is 64 for serial Ethernet serial interface. Sorry. Okay, and these are the hello intervals. And here also we got the message enabled by interface configuration mode. And we see that here we don't have anything any information related to DR or BDR, right? But if we check into fast Ethernet interface mode, here we got the message as of DR and BDR. Who is DR and who is BDR? So DR BDR election has happened on this side, right? Because this is a broadcast network. And here we see that who is DR 23.1.1.2 R2 is DR, this is DR, and R3 is BDR. And let's run this command. I'm sorry, let me copy this command. Here we see that this also says that network type is broadcast, cost is 10. Okay, here also cost was 10. So cost of Ethernet networks is less, whereas cost of serial networks is higher. And here we see that BDR DR BDR election has happened. Okay, and these are the hello intervals, hello interval and dead interval. Now let's see if we want to change the network type. Go to R1 configure T router OSPF 1 IP. Let's go into interface mode serial 1/0. Right now we are into on R1 in interface sub command mode, and OSPF 1, no, OSPF IP OSPF, and here we can configure network type. Here we have the command as a network, right? We already know how we can change the hello interval, dead interval. Now we'll see how we can change the network type if we want to change the network type. So we will use command network. Okay, these are the network types supported by OSPF. We can make it broadcast, non-broadcast, like frame relay networks, point to point, point to multi-point, right, and point to point. So here our network is a point to point already. Let's make it a broadcast. Okay, and enter. So here we got the message that network type detached. Now we got the message that a neighborship has broken because we have changed the network type towards this hand side, right? Now we need to configure same network type on R2 also. Okay, so let's do it on R2 also. Config T router OSPF 2 IP OSPF. No, we have to go to interface serial 1/0 IP OSPF network. Okay, here we want to make network as broadcast. And okay, now let's see uh, what do we get. OSPF interface serial 1/0, what do we get in this? Okay, and here also show IP OSPF 1/0. Okay, now we see that although we have a serial network, but now it is saying that network type is broadcast. Okay, and on this hand side also it is saying that network type is broadcast. So this way we have seen that how we can enable OSPF on interface subcommand mode, and how we can change the network type in OSPF. Guys, if you like this video, please click on like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching this video.